I had my steroid injection into my back, bilateral, on both sides. This time, I've only done one side before. And the whole place is set up to do, to knock people out and do anesthesia. I don't want to do that. So I always just do it, you know, cowboy style. And so they do a little topical numbing, which really isn't enough. I did a major flinch, and he said, "Oh, no, that's okay." Yeah. Ooh, that hurt. Yeah. So I see why people do that, but it's more being afraid of it before actually doing it. So, and they did say that it could get worse for a couple days before it gets any better, and it is. So, yeah, earlier the cat's on my lap here. You want to say hello? Here. Yeah, it's the pipe that Richard sent me. So we're doing the video about. I know. So, meow. Get that tail out of here. So I went in there at 8 this morning. Real smooth. You know, it's just all the forms, everything's set up for anesthesia. So they look at me like I'm kind of a nut, but you know, I don't know. If you don't have to be knocked out, don't do it. And the guy's done, like he said, he's probably done 10,000 of those. So he's pretty good at it. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of can't quite find that position of comfort. So before I go to bed, I'll take a couple aspirin and maybe slap a little CBD salve on there. That's kind of been useful stuff for me. I was always very disdainful of all that. You know, it's like, yeah, whatever. But the CBD thing, that kind of works. And in the doctor's office, the doc said, yeah, whatever works for you, by all means use it. So I asked him what the next steps were. Okay, see ya. And after, because I had read that sometimes these injections stop working after a while. They just don't work very well. Uh-oh. It'd been a year since I'd had the last one. So, once a year, I could do that. I could do that for a number of years. But, so I asked the doc, while I'm face down and he's injecting me with lidocaine, and you know, it's like, maybe this isn't the time to talk about this, but you're there, you know, you're right there. So let's talk. So, he kind of avoided the topic. So, I think what we'll try is, after this injection kind of settles in, they say give it 2 weeks. So I'm going to do that. We'll try some traction. The rack. See how that works. I did it once before, and I honestly didn't really notice much difference, but their equipment was really kind of old and archaic. A little scary. So there's another place that they recommended that they said, oh yeah, it's all top-notch equipment. So, okay. We'll give it a try. But the bad thing is, you know, when you just kind of hurt, and you can walk about 100 feet, and then you got to stop and stretch it out, and then walk another 75 feet, and then stretch it. You know, it really slows you down, and I hate that. So, you just have to force yourself to be active, I guess, and just be in pain. I see why opioids, even if the recent research seems to indicate that they really aren't the panacea. A lot of people don't get a lot of relief from opioids, and then they're addicted. It's like, whoa. But pain is a mind game. And, it feels like the pain's right there. But honestly, the pain's right here. And, I don't know, I'm gonna investigate. I have been for the last couple of years. Doing some mindfulness, doing some of that kind of stuff. New agey kind of stuff. Should be doing yoga. But I have to tell you, all those little girls in their spandex and, doing poses effortlessly, and I don't know. It's a little off-putting. So we'll see. It's just the voyage I'm on, It's the cruise I've somehow found myself on, and so we'll just continue on and do the best we can. So I got this pipe, Aroma 310 at Savinelli, in the mail today. I picked up my mail, and it's a gift pipe from Canada, from up in the Lower Mainland. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, man. Completely unbidden. I will note that what you put on the little customs form, craft supplies, hobby supplies, $5 in value. Oh my God, they opened it. Wow, that's pretty amazing. I think that is the first one that I've ever had evidence that they opened it. So, nice note. So, dear Tom, I hope this little note finds you well. Please find enclosed a Savinelli Roma 310 for your enjoyment as a small token of appreciation and friendship. I think it would suit your smoking style perfectly in both looks and bowl size. It is an estate pipe that I have partially restored, but opted to not put the stem into a high-gloss buffing wheel, as I personally dislike that texture. And yeah, I gotta say, let's see, are we focusing? Focus. So it's this nice kind of matte finish. Of course, I put on my little vinyl bit so I can have a good bite and talk and use my hands. How do people do otherwise? Don't you talk with your hands? I've put it through several salt treatments, so it should be quite crisp and ready to enjoy. All the best, Richard. How freaking nice is that? I mean, is that just... Richard, thank you. That is just... I am humbled. What a great little community this is, Wow. And it's a great smoking pipe. Savinellis usually are, in my opinion. And I like the shape. I mean, it's, yeah, I gotta say. It's a nice fit. Big enough bowl, but not too big. Very nice. Thank you very much. Wow. Hope you got a little riding in, Richard, motorcycle riding. It was pretty nice summer there for a while, although it's been kind of gray and a little rainy lately, which is fine, which is just fine. Our dreaded fire season never happened. and that has to be a good thing. So, and I wasn't going to go anyway with my back. So, yeah, I missed a few fires the guys went on, but, you know, we're talking wildland fires, deployments. So, being out for a week, 2 weeks. So, yeah, my back just was not up for that. And this year I did not do the pack test either. So I wasn't really qualified, although it's up to the fire department to certify you or not. But yeah, 45 pounds, 45 minutes, 3 miles. So 15-minute miles with 45 pounds on your back. So for the young intern guys, that's a piece of cake. 2 or 3 years ago, it was a piece of cake. Now it's not really a piece of cake. So, who knows, that may be the end of my wildland firefighting, you never know. Sure was fun though. Had a great time doing that. Wow. I did that for 20 years. So. Yeah, the fire camps are like a logging camp from the turn of the century. I mean, just with these crazy characters that you would never run into in your regular life if you live in a city or, you know, live a normal life. But wow, some of these guys come out of the woodwork and they're like, really? Rough and rugged, I'll tell you what. But, you know, you eat standing up usually at the mess, and stand across from them, have conversations, and they're just the greatest guys. So, yeah, it's really fun. And that's what I really miss. I mean, I like being useful. I like providing a service, water supply to an operation. But honestly, it was just being in fire camp, being on those fires, working as a team, working as the bigger team, watching all that organization happen. It's an amazing thing. And totally outside your regular everyday life. So, really cool stuff. But you got to have a minimum level of physical fitness. So I asked the doc today, because I could lose 30 pounds, you know, and I wouldn't miss it. Make life easier. So I weigh about 235, and I'm 6'2". So I asked him, those skinny little people, are they easier to do these injections, you know, thinking there's no subcutaneous fat, you know, you don't have to like put stuff aside. He said no, everybody's pretty much the same, except if they get really big, you know, grossly corpulent. But otherwise he said no. But I can't help but think that, you know, it's kind of like if I lost 45 pounds, it'd be like hauling that wildland pack test pack around all the time, you know. So, yeah. And I've been down to, I think the lowest when I was my full height in my early 20s, I was like 180. I think that's as low as I ever got. And I was skinny. People said, hey, buddy, this ain't healthy, quit it. So I must have looked anorexic. I didn't see it. But the way I like to eat, the way I sort of live my life, where I'm at is very comfortable. So, and I've been that for years. But it would probably be easier if I lost a little bit. Beautiful early fall evening. Leaves are starting to turn. It's not quite mid-September. So, Richard, I'm going to be up in the lower mainland the third weekend in October. So I would love to get together and have coffee or whatever. So you let me know about that. Okay. Thank you again. Much appreciated. YouTube pipe community is an amazing thing.